Hi, everybody, and welcome to Buzz Bowling Arena for this evening's conference matchup between Mount St. Mary and your Conway Lady Cats. Before the game, our national anthem. And the courtside Cats are here again tonight, giving us our national anthem. Great to hear the horns on the court and the rest of the band joining in. Great to be here with you. It's Jeff Matthews and Levi Gilbert. Tonight, the Lady Cats take on the Bells first, and then we'll have the boys game coming up in a little while when, of course, Conway will take on Catholic, the brother and sister schools, the Catholic schools in Little Rock. First for Mount St. Mary, they are coached by Lauren Ramsey. They're 8-9 and 2-2, and that's actually a really good year for Mount St. Mary. We've watched them play a lot of basketball over the years, and they really have never had a tremendous amount of success. They're a game under 500 right now and 2-2 in the conference.
Yeah, it's weird to say, but I'm glad to see that for them. You're right. The last few years, especially with the teams that Conway has had, has not been very competitive games, and I think we might see something a little bit more competitive on the court tonight. Speaking of competitive on the court, a week ago, or Friday, not even a week ago, Friday, you guys at Central wasn't able to be there with you guys, but thanks to stats, giving me the awesome stats from the game, I was looking it over. I'm like, man, I can't think of any really glaring weaknesses from these Lady Cats from Friday night's game, but they end up with another L in the loss column.
And they are 13-4 overall now, and they are 2-2 in conference play and 15-5 overall. The starters being introduced for both teams, and that was just a great basketball game. Tough to end in a loss for the Lady Cats, 82-75, but both teams played well.
Yeah, I mean, Conway won the turnover battle. They only got out-rebounded by 2, which was a big, almost a win for them, considering the size they were going up against Central. And then you had your big 3 players all in double figures, and almost all 3 with 20-plus points. They just got outplayed on a Friday night.
Home tonight against Mount St. Mary. It is a conference game. The Lady Cats are tied for third place in the conference. Little Rock Central is a perfect 4-0. North Little Rock is 3-1. Then Conway, Northside, this Mount St. Mary team, and Southside, all 2-2, trying to jockey for position as we get close to the end of this first 7 games of the round robin. Of course, when we do the round robin, everybody plays each other home and away, and so we'll get to that 7-game mark here pretty soon. Kara Rogers, Peyton Grice, Lizzie Allgood, Mary Reinhart, and Natalie Snook are the starters for Lauren Ramsey's Mount St. Mary Bells. And we are underway from Buzz Bowling Arena. Pass inside, and it's an easy basket for Lizzie Allgood. She's their best player. And a great look inside, but can't finish by Maggie Evans. She tries again. She'll miss and go to the free throw line. Levi, that was a huge part of the game against Central on Friday night, where the misses in close. Way too many of those.
Yeah, Smith doing a great job there after the Mount St. Mary's basket of pushing it up court quickly and finding Evans wide open on the left side, but hopefully she can make amends here with her free throws.
First one is missed. She is a 63% free throw shooter on the year, averaging just under 5 points per game, the senior Maggie Evans.
Yeah, stats pulled some other cool stats for me, because we've ended up doing all the conference games so far this season. Here are your leading scorers. Lowe with 17.3, Higgins with 16.3, and Banks with 15.3. So they're all separated by a point.
Exactly 1 point. Higgins misses the three-point attempt. Pass in the corner, and a three-pointer by Kaufman is good. Valerie Kaufman, the 5'9" senior, and the Bells are on top 5-0. Even with the loss on Friday night, the Lady Cats did not drop in the state rankings of the Democrat Gazette's Super 6. They are number 4 in 7A, and they are number 4 overall. Conway playing some sloppy basketball the first minute and 6 seconds.
Maybe they just don't like playing at home. Maybe this is a team that just hasn't clicked yet at home. The 3 home games we've done, they've all been pretty sloppy, especially the last 2. We'll see how tonight ends up. But
Asia Smith, she has got that brace on her left leg, and she is getting up hobbling a little bit. Foul is on Mary Reinhardt. And so after 2 misses by Maggie Evans, that trend unfortunately continues. Lady Cats 0 for 3 from the free throw line. 0 for 4 from the free throw line. And a 3-on-2 fast break for the Bells. And a foul will be called on Asia Smith.
The Bells have just come out and just grabbed the momentum right from the start tonight.
And Kara Rogers at the line. She's a 5'6" senior guard. And the free throws continue to be missed. Six to nothing with the Bells on top. Maggie Evans to Smith. 1-3-1 zone, something that the Lady Cats should be used to seeing. That's the defense, of course, that they play primarily. Going to be a foul called on Kara Rogers. That's her first. Was not on the shot, so the Lady Cats will throw the ball in from underneath. J.C. Higgins out to Maggie Evans. Savannah Lowe wants 3. Top of the key, it's no good. Rebound, great job by J.C. Higgins. She's battling for it, but can't get to it before it goes out of bounds. And 2 minutes in, it is all Bells right now.
And we're not used to seeing Conway go on a very long stretch without scoring. The 2 minutes feels like a long stretch for Conway.
Steal by Banks, and she will go all the way to the glass and score the first 2 of the night for the Lady Cats. She's averaging 3 steals a game. She is the leading stealer on this team. The Cats needed it there, and they got it. Ball goes out of bounds. It will, they're talking about it. Going to stay on this end. So 5:53 to play. We're in the first quarter. You see Mount St. Mary leading 6-2. Coach Ashley Nance up off the bench, giving her team the instructions that they need. That's Grice. Inside to Allgood. Lizzie Allgood, 5'11" senior. She's got another basket, and it's 8-2. Bells. Higgins, who has been red hot on the road beyond the three-point line, passes over to Savannah Lowe, and she knocks down the 3. First long one tonight for the Lady Cats, and it cuts the lead 2-3, 8-5. Steal by Savannah Lowe. Lowe out ahead of everybody is fouled, and she will go to the line.
Lowe doing a good job on that last possession. You know, the possession before, she had an open 3, missed, but she's not hesitant. This is her team this year, and she just comes right back and puts up another shot.
And I said that it would be Lowe at the free throw line. They said the foul was not during the course of the shot. That three-pointer by Banks. The soft shot from outside by Futura Banks. Bounces high off the back of the rim and ties the score when it falls through. Futura going for a steal, can't get it. Kaufman in and out, halfway down, no good. Bounce pass to Savannah Lowe. She cannot get it to fall. Now she'll go to the line. And Savannah shooting free throws.
Let's talk about Futura Banks for a second here, because, you know, the 3 there. This is an interesting stat in conference play. Higgins has been the leading three-point shooter, shooting 47% in conference games. But guess who's number 2?
Future Banks.
Future Banks. It's not Savannah Lowe in conference games.
Yeah.
Savannah's shooting somewhere around 38%. Futra shooting 44% from behind the three-point line in conference games.
She is so much fun to watch and does just a little bit of everything. That free throw gives the Lady Cats their first lead of the night, and both free throws are good. Savannah Lowe perfect from the line, and it's 10-8, 4:45 to go in the first quarter. Here comes the defense and the steal. Maggie Evans got a hand on it. Banks comes away with it. Too strong, and the rebound comes to Mount St. Mary. That's Kaufman. Bounce pass. That is Anna Crawford that just checked in, missed the shot. Grice has her shot blocked by J.C. Higgins. Jump ball. And the possession arrow will go to the Lady Cats.
A little jump ball and a little shove there. I don't know.
Getting a battle from the Bells tonight. 10-8. Lady Cats fell behind 6-0 before they scored. A 10-2 run now.
Yeah, I mean the first 2 minutes 0 points. The next 2 minutes 10 points. That's what this team can do when they get on a little run.
Savannah Lowe with the miss.
And it's really all predicated off of their defense, and we've talked about that the last few years, that as we see here, this defense, they get the steals in transition, and that leads to points.
Asia Smith, and one. Asia Smith will go to the line. The Lady Cats have scored 12 of the last 10 points. And a timeout will be called by Lauren Ramsey and the Mount St. Mary Bells. We'll take it with them. It's 12-8. The Lady Cats lead by 4, 30 seconds, and we are back on Conway Corp Channel 5. Savannah Lowe, senior leader of this team, still undecided about where she'll play her college basketball. She'll play someplace. She and Future Banks both getting some interest collegiately. Asia Smith is just a sophomore, but she sure shows the kind of talent that will get a chance to play on the college level as well. She's missed all 3 free throws tonight. Gonna have to turn that around. It's a 4-point lead for the Lady Cats and a travel by the Bells. Speaking of Lady Cats in college, there's an update on Alexis Tolfree. She was her conference's player of the week last week, averaging 23 points in 2 wins for Jones Community College down in Mississippi. They're ranked in the top 25 in the JUCO standings. And Alexis playing well. Good to see her on the court doing a good job. Transferred from UCA before the season began down to Jones.
I love how artfully you just said her conference, because it's a hard acronym.
I would completely mess that up. Her conference. Savannah Lowe with a couple more. I actually made a note. It's the Mississippi Association of Community and Junior Colleges, the MACJC. Lex is the player of the week.
That's the one for me.
Yeah, right. I like it.
Lowe with that last bucket there, already in double figures here in the first quarter, 10 points. Whoa.
3-pointer, and we're going to go the other way. Count the bucket, but then a foul will be called on Anna Crawford.
Oh, wait, so she made the basket and then made the foul. Okay. Not what I was expecting.
14-11. That stops a nice run for the Lady Cats.
And no time to discuss it
None.
further.
It's a 6-1 team foul advantage for the Lady Cats. As the Bells have been called for 6, that means the next one sends them to the line. Higgins there with the offensive rebound, and this will be 1-1 right here.
Man, what a reversal of fortunes for these Bells. They come out the first 2 minutes playing very good fundamental basketball, making great passes, not feeding into Conway's little turnover machine. and they get out to a 6-0 lead, and then the next 4 minutes, Conway has just really turned it on, and then it's led to a lot of fouls from Mount St. Mary's. Conway already going to be in the bonus.
I trusted the scoreboard, and I shouldn't have. It had 6 earlier. That was just the 6th team foul there. So now they'll be at the free throw line from here on. Valerie Kaufman with the basket. It's a 1-point game, 14-13. Higgins, left quarter court. Skip pass to Maggie Evans. They play catch. Now JC for 3. Perfect. That's her spot, Levi. That wing three-pointer, she is money from there. And it's 17-13.
Well, and you have no one in your face, not even close, just going right off the pass. She's got a nice release.
Jump ball, and it's going to stay on this end. Brianna Wells will check in. Asia Smith will have a seat. Kaufman in the lane, wide open.
Yeah, that paint has been open more than once here in the first quarter.
Baseline jumper by Savannah Lowe just inside the three-point line. She knocks it down, and it is 19-15. They actually put, maybe it was a three-pointer. Did I miss that?
I didn't see the ref call it a 3.
Yeah, Stats is saying it was a 2, so yeah, they corrected it. 19-15. And a foul called.
You know, those refs, they like to throw up that 3.
They do.
It's like they're, baseball, you get the signature strikeout call.
Right.
For refs in basketball, it's the 3.
It's the three-point. That the charge. They love to do the charge.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes it takes them a whole length of the paint to make that call.
Free throw missed by Anna Crawford. It's 19-15 with 1:15 to play. And once again, the courtside Cats doing a great job. The band doing a great job making noise, bringing a lot of energy to the place. Unfortunately, there's just not a ton of people coming out to watch these Lady Cats play. But the band doing a great job. We want to make sure we give them some credit for a job well done again tonight.
I loved after last Tuesday's home game, we had posted a picture on social media, one of our quarter updates, and it was a picture of the band, one of the drummers. And after the girls' game, Coach Nance retweeted that picture.
Oh,
and
good.
Was very appreciative of the courtside Cats being out.
Free throw is good by Maggie Evans. So we're going to once again have that conversation that we always do when the Lady Cats do this, and that's when they scored 20 points in a quarter. That's that unofficial goal. I think it's more you and I have that goal for them than they do. I don't even know that they talk about it. But it's something that's easy for us to see. If they can score 20 in 8 minutes, then that's going to be an 80-point night. Well, they've scored 20 in 6 minutes because they were held scoreless the first 2 minutes of the game. So a very, very impressive final 6 minutes of this first quarter for the Lady Cats. That is Anya Renarha. Back court. She is a sophomore and probably has not played a lot of basketball against pressure she's going to see like that from the Lady Cats.
Yeah, it's a hard spot to be in, receiving that double team trap, especially that close to midcourt. You start to get panicked and you don't know where your feet are. It's an easy mistake to make against this Conway defense.
Some substitutions for Coach Nance. Alyssa Wells, Erica Lewis, and KK Ashworth are all in the game. Banks has her shot blocked out of bounds. So looks like Ashworth will throw it in. So future Banks, the only starter on the court right now for the Lady Cats. Brianna Wells, a good idea. Pass was intended for Erica Lewis, but instead it went to Derek Walter. Derek, former Wampus Cat. Worked for years at UCA and now is working with the media, the AAA, the Arkansas Activities Association. Good to see Derek in attendance tonight. Future Banks with another steal. Good dish. Maybe one too many passes there. Grice. Pass all the way down to Anna Crawford, who scores at the buzzer. And Conway will go to the second quarter leading 21-17. We'll take 60 seconds between the quarters here and come back on Conway Corp Channel 5.
When someone you love is in the hospital, you want to feel helpful. So you do what you can to make them feel better. And you want to ensure they have the best care possible. That's why you trust Conway Regional. We've invested $100 million in new facilities, services, and technologies to become the most complete and comprehensive healthcare system in our area. It's why we're consistently named the region's most preferred hospital. Conway Regional, our quality, your trust.
Steve's Auto Center is Central Arkansas's most reliable auto repair and recovery company. Our state-of-the-art facility in Conway is your one-stop shop for everything automotive. With over 80 years combined experience, our certified technicians are known for expert workmanship and attention to every detail. We also provide the area's very best towing and recovery services. We take great pride in our work, and your satisfaction is 100% guaranteed.
Come to Steve's Auto Center for all your automotive needs.
JC Higgins is checked back into the game. She will throw the ball in. 21-17, Lady Cats. If you'd have told me 2 minutes in this would be the score at the end of the first quarter, I wouldn't have believed you. And we've got a problem with the scoreboard. They're going to have to stop the game here for a second.
Well, in this first quarter, large part the success due to Savannah Lowe. She 12 points in the first quarter. This Conway team, after that slow 2 minutes, the first 2 minutes, that defense really came alive and started keen for the offense. They got 9 points off of turnovers in the first quarter, and they're winning the turnover battle 3-8.
Defense finally did pick up there. All right, the clock is reset. It was still at all zeros, and all the lights were around the scoreboard, so that was the giveaway that it wasn't working right. J.C. Higgins trying to light it up, misses on the front end of the glass, or the rim rather, and this Mount St. Mary team that's hanging with the Lady Cats. Good look inside and an easy basket by Mary Reinhardt, and it's just a 2-point game.
Wow.
Savannah Lowe, boy, you've seen that call, a foul in every game. Starters back in. Maggie Evans wants three. No good. Crawford gets the rebound to Grice. She has her shot blocked by Maggie Evans. Knocked out of bounds.
Oh, man.
21-19. It's not a vocal crowd, but it's a...
That's a tough place to be.
Yeah. Shot just inside the three-point line, no good, out of bounds. It's going to remain with Mount St. Mary.
Well, give them credit. I mean, they have played really well here in the first half, and except for that one stretch where they started to fail against the press against Conway, but for the most part, they've been playing really sound, fundamental basketball against this Conway defense, and that middle has been open tonight in the paint.
Trying to get there again. Tipped away. J.C. Higgins crashes to the ground. No foul is called. 2 shots at it, and it's good. Valerie Kaufman ties the game at 21.
And the Conway defense, nowhere to be found after that turnover. They had a chance to get back as she missed that first shot, but it's like they just weren't coming back down to help.
Higgins will go to the free throw line. Crawford whistled for the foul. That is her second. First one's good. And Natalie Snook checks in.
Free throw is going to be a big factor here in the second quarter as Conway's in the bonus. Just shot 4 of 9 in the first quarter.
Misses the second one there. And they're going to get future Banks. That's just the third team foul against the Lady Cats. So Mount St. Mary will throw the ball in from underneath the Conway basket, and that'll allow Conway to set up their pressure, which they break relatively easily. Looked like there may have been a travel there. Jump ball, it's going to stay on this end.
Maggie Evans with the quick hands again. Getting that jump ball there.
Asia Smith steps in front of the pass. And an easy opportunity that is missed.
We've talked about it before that, points off turnover is a big deal for Conway, and they can survive tough games because of the number of turnovers they get. They get a lot of opportunities on the offensive end in transition, but they haven't had as many opportunities here in the first half because Mount St. Mary's has been playing a little bit more soundly than most of the opponents against Conway this year. That's why we see the close game on the scoreboard.
Another steal. Higgins gets this one. She wants it herself. Wild shot won't go, and she'll go back to the free throw line. J.C. Higgins, 5'10", senior, committed to play college basketball at Arkansas Tech. She and Maggie Evans signed the same day. Maggie will play down at SAU. Brianna Wells, Kadrina Noland, and Erica Lewis all check in. Three-point lead for the Lady Cats, 24-21, just under 6 minutes to play in the first half. Trying to go inside again. Kadrina Noland, 6-foot senior. Good job stepping in front of that pass, knocking it out of bounds. Tipped by Erica Lewis. Great job by her. Very athletic play to go up, tip the ball, and force a pass to go out of bounds. That was all Erica Lewis right there. The 5'5" senior showing a lot of heart and making a great play. 5.5 minutes to play in the first half. Higgins. Good ball movement. Erica Lewis for three. Perfect. That's Lady Cat basketball.
And I love that we're seeing it with a much different looking lineup here in the second quarter. And we've seen that quite a bit here in the conference season. This team goes a lot deeper than they have the past few years, and we're getting to see longer stretches of new faces on the court.
Sarah Sager checks in. Lizzie Allgood also. 5 minutes to play in the first half. Erica Lewis going for the steal. They double team. Relentless pressure. Tip and almost a steal. Trying for it again. Got to give the Bells credit. They are somehow keeping up with it. Shot is blocked. They keep possession, though. Unbelievable. All of that leads to a layup that's missed, and another try at it. Block. Kadrina Noland will be whistled for the foul.
Yeah, the Lady Cats are playing good perimeter defense, but they're not doing a great job of blocking out and eliminating these second chances for Mount St. Mary's.
4 minutes and 30 seconds to play in the first half. 27-22 following the made free throw. It's Lizzie Allgood. Hits them both. Lewis to Higgins. Erica Lewis wants her second three-pointer, and she gets it. 30-23. Got that nice little triangle game going there where they throw the ball into Wells, back out to Lewis. And a travel.
And Lewis is now tied for your second leading scorer here in the first half with 6 points off the bench.
Maggie Evans, Future Banks, Asia Smith check into the game to join Brianna Wells and Erica Lewis as we approach the halfway mark of the first half. Lady Cats and Wampus Cats are on the road Friday night at Bryant. We will have the game live for you, our last Wampus Cats to Go regular season broadcast. Future Banks picks up her dribble.
Stats is saying Lewis needs to shoot it. She's hot right now.
Ball is knocked out of bounds, but not before there is a travel call. I agree. You got the hot hand, keep going.
And thanks to Lewis, her 6 points off the bench, Conway's been able to create a little bit of distance here the last few minutes. It was just 22-21 not that long ago.
Brianna Wells, another jump ball. They'll call a bunch of these apparently. Rather have that than fouls, though.
I would agree with that. I mean, listen, we're more than halfway through the second quarter here, and Conway only has 5 fouls, so it's been a good situation for them tonight.
There's Lewis. Can't get the 3 to fall this time. Future Banks battling for it. Instead, will be called for the personal foul.
Everyone but Banks is getting the jump ball call. She's had 2 tonight that look very similar, but
they were fouls.
Called fouls, yeah.
Or called fouls at least. 7-point lead for the Lady Cats against a tough Mount St. Mary team. And that's going to be the 3rd on Future Banks.
It's my fault, Jeff. I said we weren't in foul trouble.
Kadrina Nolan will check in. Banks will have a seat. The band doing their part to try and affect the free throw, and they did, but the free throw rebound goes to the Bells. Shot is no good. Maggie Evans gets the miss. She finds Erica Lewis. 3 minutes to play in the first half.
Yeah, the courtside Cats, their entire brass section moved to the middle to distract the Bell.
Asia Smith, little runner, soft shot that goes. Lady Cats up 32-23. It has been a grind, but they have slowly pulled away where they can go up double figures here. At the free throw line will be Asia Smith.
Funny little scoreboard mishap. You got team fouls for Conway listed at, well, for a second there it was 33.
33. I was trying to see what you were pointing at there. Yeah, 33. That's not quite right. It's 7.
It's 7, yeah. Close.
KK Ashworth and Alyssa Wells will check in. Well, Alyssa's going to go in for the shooter, Asia Smith. So Alyssa Wells is in now. The Lady Cats do have that double-figure lead. It's 11 points, 34-23. The Bell scored the first 6 points of the night. 2 minutes into the game, the Lady Cats hadn't scored yet. They've scored a bunch since. That's going to result in free throws. 2 of them upcoming.
It's just hard to sustain, not turning the ball over against this Lady Cat defense. And Mount St. Mary has done a pretty decent job in the first half. They've had some really good stretches where they've been able to keep it close and get back in the game. But, man, once you start turning it over, it kind of just compounds on itself. And then the Lady Cats are up by 11 before you know it.
Wells, a 57% free throw shooter in limited action, misses the first one there. 2:22 to play in the first half. Both free throws are missed. Lady Cats up 11, but they have struggled from the free throw line. Could be up a bunch more. Out of bounds. 2:12 to go. The first half from Buzz Boulding Arena. Good defense by Erica Lewis. Makes her a bad pass, and Brianna Wells is there with the layup, following the steal, and it's 36-23. All good. Double teamed. Loses control of it. And they're going to get Erica Lewis for a foul. They sure will. First on Erica Lewis, and Maya Yelder will check in. 5'8" sophomore. She's gotten some important minutes. And there goes the band again. I don't know if we get a shot of them or not, but the band moving over to try to affect the free throw shooter. That's great. Back of the rim. It's worked both times. So they're doing something.
The whole brass section, it's just great.
36-23. Three-pointer no good. Rebound. Maya Yelder comes up with the offensive board. KK Ashworth. She pulls it back out. She'll play her college ball at CBC. Yelder. Three-pointer by Alyssa Wells. No good. Kadrina Nolan with the follow. She can't get it to go. 36-23. Nolan with the block. Yelder. She'll take it all the way in. Missed the shot. Wells is fouled, and she will go to the free throw line. 2 free throws upcoming for Alyssa Wells.
And how many times in the last 2 seasons have we gone on a stretch where you haven't had any starters on the court?
Yeah.
For Conway. I mean, it's just been rare the last 2 years, and it's a good thing for them to be able to get some good minutes.
That's right. It's not just end of the game minutes.
Yeah, no, I mean, and we've seen multiple different 5 on the court tonight. It's been nice because that could come up handy and pay dividends when you get to the state tournament, and maybe someone gets in foul trouble and you have to play someone that's not used to seeing a lot of time.
Back of the rim, no good. 37-23. Final 45 seconds, and the Lady Cats will have a chance to extend the lead a little bit more. KK Ashworth. Out to Alyssa Wells. That's Yelder. She wants 3. No good. Offensive rebound to Yelder. Inside to Kadrina Nolan. Good look and a good finish by Nolan. 39-23.
After a close first quarter, Conway has outscored the Bells here in the second quarter, 18-6.
Wow. Shot is no good. Out of bounds. It will be Conway basketball. 39-23. It was 21-17 at the end of the first quarter. And now 39-23 in the final 10 seconds of the first half. Yelder. Maya will be fouled. And so the Mount St. Mary fans asking for, they're putting 2 thumbs up, asking for the jump ball. It's not given. And so at the free throw line, Maya Yelder.
Yeah, these Mount St. Mary fans, they were feeling good at the end of the first quarter. Not feeling so great at the end of the second quarter.
No. If it weren't for all the missed free throws, it'd easily be a 20-point lead right now for the Lady Cats. The second one by Yelder is good. The Lady Cats have scored 19 points in this quarter. And we go to halftime. Lady Cats on top 40-23. It's time now for the Conroe Regional Health System halftime show. We'll have the halftime for you. Then we'll come back and look at the first half stats And the third quarter, that's all coming up on Conway Corp Channel 5.
Hi, I'm Dr. Greg Kendrick with Conway Regional Health System. Conway Regional has been an important part of this community since 1938, providing excellent care with skill and compassion. But we're not just a hospital. Let me tell you about some of our fantastic facilities and services. Located off of College Avenue, just a few blocks down from the medical center, Conway Regional After Hours Clinic is equipped to handle a wide variety of problems for patients of all ages. If you need urgent care, and it's after work or on the weekend, the Conway Regional After Hours Clinic is open 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Conway Regional After Hours Clinic, your best option for after-hours care. Located on Robinson Avenue next to Laurel Park, the Conway Regional Rehabilitation Hospital is one of only 4 licensed inpatient rehab hospitals in the entire state. Patients are cared for by specially trained staff under the direction of an on-site physician who specializes in rehabilitation medicine. Conway Regional Rehab Hospital, your choice for comprehensive care to bring you one step closer to home.
Fitness is about so much more than exercise. It's a catalyst for positive change, and it affects every aspect of your life. Conway Regional Health and Fitness Center is your source for comprehensive, medical-based health and fitness programs. Dedicated to improving the wellness of those within our community, we offer something for everyone in the family. Conway Regional Health and Fitness Center, over 20 years of health and wellness in our community.
With 4 locations in Conway and Greenbrier, some with extended clinic hours, our dedicated team provides therapy services, including physical, speech, and occupational therapy, aquatic therapy, cardiac rehabilitation, sports outreach, and pelvic floor rehabilitation. At Conway Regional, we are committed to providing all of our patients the highest quality of care.
All right, it is halftime. Halftime wrapping up here. 40-23. And we will get started here. 17-point lead for the Lady Cats, Levi. Some of the stats that Scott put together.
Yeah, Conway not having a particularly great shooting night. They're 40% from the field, 33% from the three-point line, and just 52% from the free throw line.
Yeah, that's rough.
But they've gotten off 45 shots from the field, counting three-pointers as well. And Mount St. Mary's only gotten 28. So they're just getting so many more shots off that it's that volume principle we talk about with Conway almost every week. And they're winning the turnover battle significantly, 16-5.
Wow.
And they've scored 18 of their points off of those turnovers. But they're losing the rebounding battle, 19-15. And I think we've seen that on some of these second chances that Mount St. Mary's had down under the basket.
Good look inside, tipped to Future Banks. She puts the shot up and misses, but is fouled. A couple of free throws upcoming.
I like the scoring line for Conway in the first half. You have Savannah Lowe out in front with 12 points, but then you have Higgins, Lewis, and Smith each with 6 points.
Good.
Future Banks not contributing a lot offensively. She had to sit some of the second quarter with 3 fouls. She had 2 points, but 4 steals in the first half.
Banks free throw in and out.
She's above her average on the season.
Speaking of average, a 59% average free throw shooter. It's 50% of those two. 41-23.
You nailed it earlier before the end of the first half. I mean, if Conway had shot a little better from the free throw line, it'd be an even bigger lead for them.
Up 18 at this point. Rebound to Maggie Evans. She's having a good night on the boards. Banks will stop, go straight up, and bank it in. Future Banks gives the Lady Cats a 20-point lead. That is Kara Rogers who gets the ball underneath to Lizzie Allgood.
That's one side effect of this eager Conway defense is you get that trap. The players down on the post start to cheat a little bit.
JC Higgins, she drains the three-pointer, coming off of a huge night at Little Rock Central where she scored 26. If they call that on Banks, and they will, that's on Future Banks. Our angle, did it look like she missed her? It did to me. I'll just say that. But anyway,
I couldn't tell.
I don't get a vote. So it's a fourth foul on Future Banks. So.
I don't want to contradict.
No,
you,
please do. If you didn't see anything.
I couldn't tell. But it's a big. I mean, it's a big foul.
Very big.
Here early in the second half. I mean, you've got a 19-point lead, so things aren't dire. And they're leaving her in.
Yeah.
So.
Coach is going to let her play it out. Higgins will go to the line to shoot two. So we were 56% free throw shooting in the first.
52, yeah.
52%. And what were the numbers?
11 of 21.
10 misses from the line.
Yeah, I mean, I talked about the number of shots that Conway had, 45 compared to just 28 for Mount St. Mary. It was even the same kind of what's the word I'm looking for here? Same kind of difference that we saw from the free throw line too, because Conway had 21 attempts and Mount St. Mary just had 8.
Yeah. Both free throws are good. Back to a 20-point lead.
And sometimes that's just what Conway does. They just grind out wins against teams
right.
because they get so many turnovers. They cause so many turnovers through the course of a game that they're just going to have so many more shot opportunities.
And I'll tell you what you see with this team more than anything, and especially with sometimes games like this, you don't see them get worn down. They have an unbelievable work ethic and endurance, and its conditioning is something. Asia Smith knocks down that three. It's something that they work on from as soon as the previous season ends. I mean, they train big time. And so that's not something that you do not see is this team that will get to the point that they are under condition versus another team. Now, can they get complacent? Can they get bored? Yeah, they're teenage girls, and they're playing a game that sometimes the competition doesn't, on paper, stack up against you. But you've got to continue playing hard because that allows teams that necessarily aren't as good as you to stay in games. And I'm not saying that we saw that tonight, but we did see Mount St. Mary score the first 6 points. And, and Conway turned it around pretty quickly, but you got to stay focused every night.
Yeah, I mean, even, midway through the second quarter, things were still pretty close.
21-17 at the half. It was still just a 4-point game at halftime. 5 minutes and 20 seconds to play in the third quarter. Future Banks, tough move. Can't get the shot to go. And Lizzie Allgood comes out of there with it.
I'm still a little surprised that Banks is still in the game. But, we've seen so many other, post players get in and see some action tonight that maybe it's just a situation of let her play it out. If she fouls out, we got some players that can come off the bench.
JC Higgins gets the steal. She finds Savannah Lowe all the way to the glass. She makes the layup and gets fouled. Second foul on Mary Reinhardt. And a timeout is called by Lauren Ramsey, the head coach for Mount St. Mary. We'll take it with the teams on the court. 30 seconds, and we're back on Conway Corp Channel 5.
Located on Robinson Avenue next to Laurel Park, the Conway Regional Rehabilitation Hospital is one of only 4 licensed inpatient rehab hospitals in the entire state. Patients are cared for by specially trained staff under the direction of an on-site physician who specializes in rehabilitation medicine. Conway Regional Rehab Hospital, your choice for comprehensive care to bring you one step closer to home.
53-28. Lady Cats up big.
We talked in the second quarter about the big points differential between Conway and Mount St. Mary. They outscored them 19-6 in the second quarter. Already here in the third quarter, not even midway through, Lady Cats are outscoring the Bells 13, make that 14-5.
We played only 3 minutes, so 14 points in 3 minutes.
Wow, yeah.
One 3-1. The three-pointer is off the front of the rim, no good. Asia Smith gets the board and drives the basketball up. Good bounce pass to Future Banks. Smith there with the left-handed follow. 56-28.
Banks is probably thinking, I should get an assist for that or something. I drew all the attention in the lane to me, and Smith cleans it up with the nice rebound.
Higgins with the steal. Bounce pass to Asia Smith. And it is a 30-point lead for the Lady Cats, 58-28.
And Smith has surpassed double figures tonight, 13 points. It's a big lift for her, as she, is not one of the big scorers in the starting five.
Sager, right side to Grice. That's Kaufman. She had a couple of three-pointers earlier. Entry pass to Lizzie Allgood. She's our best player. She's who we knew about coming in, and she's certainly shown it tonight. She's got 10 points and is about to go to the line. You can just see the way she moves on the court. She's got a good game. Going to see wholesale changes here for the Lady Cats. Erica Lewis, Alyssa Wells, Brianna Wells, Maya Yelder, and K.K. Ashworth.
And it's something to be a little bit concerned about coming out of this game, even though you have a 28-point lead, is they have been pretty weak in the middle tonight defensively. And I wasn't at the game on Friday. I know Central has some nice size. North Little Rock has some size. Yep. It's just something to be a little bit concerned about as we move forward through the rest of conference play, is can we be strong with our interior defense?
Yeah, it will be tested. If you're wondering about Bryant, Brianna Wells with the basket. Wondering about Bryant's girls. They're not having a good year. They're 3-13 overall and 0-4 in conference play. But then it'll ramp back up where every night will be a challenge in this conference. Grice for three. No good.
But, even at 2-2 in conference play and 3-2 after this game, if they can go on a run and pick up some road wins against some of these teams, I don't think that you're going to see someone atop of this conference with just one loss. I just don't see anyone surviving through this brutal of a conference like that.
Yeah. Central's 4-0 right now. North Little Rock 3-1, and then all those teams at 2-2. After the game at Bryant, Conway will have South Side, and then it's North Little Rock, Cabot, North Side. And then Central here, if you want to see the rematch from Friday night, actual rematches, both games were great. That's February 17th. 3 tries at it, the third one goes. Valerie Kaufman gets the basket, and K.K. Ashworth gets called for the foul. If you're wondering about the sportsmanship rule, Lady Cats went up 30, but it's at the end of is it 30 or 35?
It's 30.
It is 30. So 30 after 3 quarters.
Which I was a little confused about because I saw some 1A basketball action last night in the great mountain town of Oark.
Nice.
And the clock was running in the first half. But I guess that was just a gentleman's agreement between the coaches.
Yeah, that's true. They can decide to do that. Lady Cats right on that threshold of being up 30. Erica Lewis in the paint. Can't get the shot to fall.
And it'll be nice if we can get to that mark in the fourth quarter, just because we haven't seen a big win like that in our conference season that we've been doing broadcasts, and it'd be nice to give them some confidence to.
Now they had a big win at Cabot, but it wasn't to that extent. It was 65-44, and even Northside was 64-49, but nothing where the clock ran the whole time. We never saw a score like that, but. We might see this evening something that we saw so much of in the past.
one thing we haven't seen a whole lot of tonight is an unhappy Coach Nance.
That is true.
A week ago, she was a little fiery. They did not play that well. And I don't know how she was against Central.
Central, it was the intensity that you're used to seeing.
Yeah.
But just because of how good the game was. Back
Right.
and forth, bunches of three-pointers, great atmosphere. We talked about that gym that the game was played in is such a smaller facility than this one. It's older, and it's just got the classic elements of an old gym more than it is an arena. But one thing is there was a lot of people in it, and it was hot and it was loud, and so it was a really fun environment. Just a couple of games that ended on the short side for the Wampus Cats and Lady Cats.
And I've asked, great shot there.
Brianna Wells for 2.
I've asked Coach Nance in years past, what are you looking for from your team on a given night as far as percentages? Like, what's a good percentage you're looking at from the three-point line that you'll feel good about? And she's always kind of vague with her answers about that. And I think the more I've watched this team and learned about how this offense is designed, I don't think there really is a percentage. I think they're looking more at a total number of shots, trying to hit a certain number of can we get steals that lead to us just getting so many more shots than our opponent.
Yeah.
And so she's always been kind of, there's really not a number we look for. And I'm like, well, okay. And you see that tonight. I mean, they haven't shot particularly well tonight, at least in the first half.
Yeah,
they put up so many more shots.
Right, you can miss a lot more shots to get caught up in the percentages is probably not what they are looking for. We'll have to dig into some of their stats between now and Friday and see if we can find total number of shots in these conference games that we've done and get an idea of what that number might be, even per quarter and per half. We kind of nerd out on this stuff, and I really don't feel bad about it.
Well, listen, we dug deep in football with some of these stats that we didn't know we had the ability to determine.
Right.
And Stats has just continued with that nerdy trend here in the basketball. He's found some cool stats that we haven't looked at before, and it's been fun. It makes the games more interesting when we're pulling out these things like points off turnovers. It's not something we've really talked about before, and but that's a huge stat, especially for this Lady Cat offense.
Stats will show that Kadrina Nolan got another basket. She's got 6 points. Lady Cats up 68-34. 44 seconds to go in the third quarter.
So you get 3 players in double figures again tonight, 15 from Lowe, 13 from Smith, and 11 from Higgins. But then you have, a few other players we're not used to seeing scoring. Nolan was 6, Lewis was 6, Wells was 6. I mean, it's a nice offensive output for these Lady Cats tonight, especially the production they've gotten off the bench.
Grice in the lane. Wild shot won't go. Brianna Wells gets an easy rebound. And the final 10 seconds now of the third quarter. 68-34. Nolan for 3. Got it. Kadrina Nolan drains the 3, and the Lady Cats put 71 points on the board in 3 quarters. It is 71-34. We've got what will be a very quick fourth quarter coming up next. 60 seconds, and we're back on Conway Corp Channel 5.
We offer several products at Legacy Fencing, from the standard wood privacy fencing to the more decorative wood fencing with steel arch gates. We also install steel railing for your front porch, patio, or down your garage steps. We offer decorative walk gates in existing wood fencing and drive gates across the driveway or entrance to your property as well. Also, gate operators to make your life easier can be attached to those gates. Chosen every year as the best of the best in the Conway and Faulkner County area.
Well, it was a good third quarter for the Lady Cats, to say the least, outscoring Mount St. Mary 31-11 We talk about the 20-point plateau.
Yeah, right.
They scored 31 points in the third quarter, Levi.
Yeah, I mean, and Mount St. Mary just has 34 points in the game. I mean, they've almost scored more in just one quarter than the opponent has put up in the entire game. And it's off these turnovers. I mean, Conway's winning that turnover battle 22-6.
Erica Lewis, three-point attempt won't go, but the rebound to Maya Yelder. KK Ashworth, good look inside to Kadrina Nolan. Kadrina trying to get the basketball back. It's a jump ball, and that'll be Mount St. Mary basketball. Want to remind you the guys' game will follow, and the clock is not running. So maybe, I don't know. Thought I knew the rule. Derek Walter is here from the AAA. We could ask him. 7.5 minutes to play. Lady Cats are going to win. They're going to get their third victory in the conference. Stolen away by Erica Lewis. Look at that. Stolen right back. Look at that. Three-point attempt is no good. Rebound to all good. And a foul will be called. See if they get KK Ashworth.
Erica Lewis was using those arms on the last possession. Now the clock is running.
Now they got it. Yep, the official came over and talked to the scoreboard operator. So these final 7 minutes will run off in just about 7 minutes or so. It's 6:52 and the clock runs officially. Erica Lewis gets the rebound. 71-35. Foul called. They will get Mary Reinhardt for the foul. And Alyssa Wells at the free throw line. Shot her first free throws of the year earlier tonight. She had a 0 percentage. 0 out of 0 coming into tonight's game.
That's what I have as well.
Yep, me too. 72-35. And 73-35. 6 minutes, clock running there. You see that on your screen. Wampus Cats and Catholic High Rockets will follow. Reinhardt. Stolen away by Alyssa Wells, and she can't hold on to it. It rolls out of bounds. And the Bells will hold on to it. Mount St. Mary came into this game 8-9 overall, 2-2 in conference play. They will drop to 8-10 and 2-3.
And listen, after that first quarter, I don't know about most Conway fans, but I was feeling a little tight after that first quarter.
21-17 at that point. Then you mentioned it earlier, really in the first few minutes of the second quarter, they stayed in it. And then by halftime, it was 40-23. Lady Cats had pulled ahead by 17 at that point.
Well, and then this monster third quarter.
31-point quarter is ridiculous. That's 31 points in 8 minutes. Kadrina Nolan, front of the rim, no good. Erica Lewis battling for it. Love Erica Lewis's game. She works so hard out there.
Yeah, Lewis with 6 points tonight. They came in a pretty important stretch in the second quarter.
KK Ashworth on the baseline. Good dish to Kadrina Nolan. And she will go to the free throw line. Kadrina, 6-foot junior, getting some good minutes. Some good size. You would imagine she would be someone that they will rely on big time next year with the graduations of Future Banks and Maggie Evans. Kadrina will most likely move into that post role.
I don't want to think of a world where we don't have Future Banks
No
and
Future
Maggie
Banks?
Evans. Yeah.
Or on the guys' team, a world that doesn't have Travis O'Bannon.
Yeah,
I know he's still your guy.
Yeah.
He's your quarterback. He's been that for a year plus.
It gets difficult. I mean, you've dealt with this for 16 years. You know, this is just my second year of basketball, but starting to see some of these players as underclassmen come up and now they're going to be gone. I don't know how to feel about that.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. I mean, there's a guy that we did his high school football games who is had a nice collegiate career, NFL career, now is retired and coaching Northwest Arkansas.
Yeah,
So, yeah, we've been doing this a little while. .323, clock running there.
Nolan taking her time with the free throws, clock running. She knows what's up.
We'll be live in Bryant. Wampus Cats to go, thanks to Conroe Regional Health System, as they are continuing to sponsor not only our football broadcast, of course, during the fall and basketball in the winter. We appreciate them, but of course, Wampus Cats to go, and that is this Friday night, live from Bryant, and then in Van Buren the first week of March. We'll see where the Lady Cats and Wampus Cats end up with that tournament.
I get excited when we're on the road, and I don't want it to be the last game, but I know it is. And
for a while.
We're going to have fun, yeah.
Oh, we'll have fun, but then Van Buren will be great. I mean, we'll get over there for the state tournament. We've had some great success at Van Buren in the state tournament, so we glad to be going back over there. There's some nice folks. They do a nice job putting on the tournament.
I remember several years ago, my first year with Conway Corp, when I was doing graphics, the state tournament was in Van Buren.
Okay.
And that was the year that the guys won the last time.
Preston Purefoy and Keon McNeil.
That was
Micah
a fun
Delph,
season.
Very fun. That great semifinal game against Little Rock Central. Final 2 minutes. You can tell it's a blowout and the clock's running because we're talking about games that happened however many years ago. 8 years ago, yeah. It is 76-37. KK Ashworth, Maya Yelder, Erica Lewis, Kadrina Nolan, Brianna Wells, the 5 Lady Cats on the court right now.
That was a big year in Conway history because you had the guys, they win the basketball championship in, 09 into 2010.
Right.
But 09 was also the first year for Coach Ashcraft.
That's right.
It's kind of landmark years in the Conway recent history.
Shot is blocked by Kadrina Nolan. And a travel. Some frustration starting to set in a little bit here for Mount St. Mary, you understand.
It wasn't quite Russell Westbrook levels of traveling.
No, that was a great, I love it. He just completely zoned out.
I've been meaning to ask you about that.
Yeah,
I know you're a Thunder fan.
I love it. It just, if anybody can do it, it's Russ. Nolan inside, goes to the left hand. How about Kadrina Nolan with 14 points tonight?
I kind of want to see this Conway team hit 80. I mean, I know this game's well over, but
they might have a chance. Erica Lewis with the run out. She gets her own rebound and one. And she'll get to the team to 80. And we'll go to the free throw line. See if she can get the free throw off before the buzzer sounds. One shot.
Suspenseful here.
I know. Is she going to make it or not? Down to 5. In and out. No good. Final score, 80-37. Lady Cats win big. They are now 15-4. They are 3-2 in conference play. The Bells fall to 8-10, and they are 2-3. What stands out to you?
Well, 4 players checked that in double figures tonight, led by Savannah Lowe, 15 points. She was done pretty early in this game. Then you got Nolan with 14 points off the bench. Higgins with 11 and Asia Smith with 13 points. My player of the game, I'm going to give it to Asia Smith tonight because I love that any night you can have one of those 5 starters or more than one of those 5 starters in double figures. This was the first time in conference play for Smith to get into the double figures, and I think that's going to be a big role for her as she moves forward.
Final score again, 80-37. Good win for the Lady Cats. The guys are coming up next, the Wampus Cats and the Rockets. We'll have it for you following this break between the games. It's brought to you by our friends at Conroe Regional Health System.
Hi, I'm Dr. Greg Kendrick with Conway Regional Health System. Conway Regional has been an important part of this community since 1938, providing excellent care with skill and compassion. But we're not just a hospital. Let me tell you about some of our fantastic facilities and services. Located off of College Avenue, just a few blocks down from the medical center, Conway Regional After Hours Clinic is equipped to handle a wide variety of problems for patients of all ages. If you need urgent care, and it's after work or on the weekend, the Conway Regional After Hours Clinic is open 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Conway Regional After Hours Clinic, your best option for after-hours care. Located on Robinson Avenue next to Laurel Park, the Conway Regional Rehabilitation Hospital is one of only 4 licensed inpatient rehab hospitals in the entire state. Patients are cared for by specially trained staff under the direction of an on-site physician who specializes in rehabilitation medicine. Conway Regional Rehab Hospital, your choice for comprehensive care to bring you one step closer to home.
Fitness is about so much more than exercise. It's a catalyst for positive change, and it affects every aspect of your life. Conway Regional Health and Fitness Center is your source for comprehensive, medical-based health and fitness programs. Dedicated to improving the wellness of those within our community, we offer something for everyone in the family. Conway Regional Health and Fitness Center, over 20 years of health and wellness in our community.
With 4 locations in Conway and Greenbrier, some with extended clinic hours, our dedicated team provides therapy services, including physical, speech, and occupational therapy, aquatic therapy, cardiac rehabilitation, sports outreach, and pelvic floor rehabilitation. At Conway Regional, we are committed to providing all of our patients the highest quality of care.
And the starting lineup's about to be introduced for the guys' game between Catholic High School and Conway High School. And there you see that large gentleman who is talking to the Catholic High School Rockets. That is former Olympian and NBA player and college basketball coach Joe Klein, who is an assistant along with this team. John Chase, Hayden Ford, Roger Rowe, and Phillips Allison are the starters for Todd Ezai's team. Todd Ezai, a last name especially, it's long been associated with Catholic High School basketball. His dad, Tim, was the coach for a very long time there, and there have been some classic games between Catholic and Conway over the years. Now we'll slide to the left, and we'll look at the starters for Coach Will Johnson and Brian Longing. These Wampus Cats, it's been a tough go the last 3 games. They have not been able to get the offense going, being below 50 points in each of those. There's a change in the starting lineup. Travis O'Bannon is in the starting lineup instead of Kylan Milton. They put Kylan up on the board. Now they're introducing Travis O'Bannon, now Gentrell Taylor, Kendarius Smith, Carson Petrucelli, and Blake Bradshaw. Those are the starters. But Levi, as I was mentioning, this team's got to find some offense, wherever it's going to come from.
Yeah, I think Conway really missed a great opportunity on the road Friday at Central, as they lost 54-49, and a big shooting disparity at the free throw line, as Central had 23 free throw attempts, Conway just 8. And I think it really comes down, not just that game, but the 2 previous games as well, not being able to score 50 above that 50-point mark. I really think it's coming down to just kind of timid play on the court. We're not seeing anyone really step up and take over and be aggressive, trying to get this team to the free throw line more often. And it's been a rough stretch, but hey, they get a team coming in tonight that is winless. That could be a trap game, but it could also be a great opportunity for Conway to reestablish the offense. And maybe we're seeing that tonight with the starting lineup, as they're going big on the floor.
The Rockets 0-12, 0-4 in conference play. And we have got a little change in our starting lineups both sides. There's a mystery man, number 2, that's starting for Catholic. If he does anything on the court, we'll try to catch his name from public address announcer down on the court. All right, we are underway. Carson Petrucelli, leading scorer against Central. He had 15, including some big 3-pointers. He's top of the key. Looking to run the offense. Kicking it back out to Travis O'Bannon. Into JT. 3-point attempt by Carson Petrucelli, no good. Gentrell Taylor battling for the rebound, gets it. Goes up twice, gets it the second time. Now some pressure following the made basket.
Gentrell Taylor, one of 3 Wampus Cats in averaging double figures in conference play. He's averaging 10.8 points per game.
That's the mystery, man, but I have no idea what the
I think it was Duncan Diaz.
Duncan Diaz, wearing number 2 instead of 20.
I took my headset off so I could hear, and that's the name it sounded
Okay.
most like.
Then we'll go with that. Until we hear otherwise, that is Duncan Diaz. May need to let stats know that, too. This is high school basketball at its best when you're trying to figure out who players are on the court during the course of the game. Kendarius Smith, we know who number 21 is for White. Good steal, backup court. Bradshaw, that's a tough angle, can't get the shot to fall. And Diaz with the ball across the timeline. Kendarius Smith will pick him up defensively.
Talking before the game about Bradshaw, he's only averaging 4.8 points per game in conference, and I think that's a player where we need to see that number come up. He's had a hard time staying on the court, but last week had a couple good games, so maybe that will be the start of something new for him.
Three-pointer by Diaz. He's got all 6 of their points, and quickly the Catholic High School Rockets are up 6-2.
Did you feel comfortable that that's the name that you heard the PA
No,
say?
but it sounds a lot like that. It's closer than anything else on their roster, so I'm going to go with that. What I'm least comfortable about is that he's hit 2 3-pointers on us in the first 2 minutes. Travis O'Bannon, big guy, strong to the glass, can't get it to go. Gentrell Taylor, another try at it. JT will finally go to the free throw line. Foul's going to be called on number 35, Phillips Allison.
I was a little concerned for Allison there. That third attempt from Taylor, it looked like he tripped on Allison's chest.
And Allison's not a small guy. He's 6'3", 170, but he is not 6'6", and all the strength that is Gentrell Taylor. 6-3 is our score.
Well, I don't know how I would feel with one of his
size whatever.
Yeah, whatever size they are. They look like 14s or something.
14s or 15s, yeah.
Coming down on my arm or chest. That wouldn't be pleasant.
JT, big guy's a 65% free throw shooter this year. Hits those 2, and it's 6-4.
He's also so nimble on the court. I mean, we saw it in football season, but it's strange to see someone with his size, working the middle of the court on a press and being so agile.
He gets the block there. Kendarius Smith keeps it in bounds. Petrucelli. Carson, good dish to JT. Back out to Travis O'Bannon. Give it back to the big guy. Gentrell Taylor too strong, and he'll get called for the foul. Going over the back. That is so hard to remain disciplined. You miss a shot that you feel like you should make. And out of frustration, don't commit the foul.
It's a good game plan from Conway. I'd like to see them do more of that tonight. Feed it down to the big guy. I mean, he's got all 4 of your points so far.
Blake Bradshaw did a good job not to foul. 3-point attempt. Misses everything. It's Roger Rowe with the attempt. Under 5 minutes to play, first quarter. Catholic up 6-4 thanks to 2 3-pointers from Duncan Diaz. Blake Bradshaw wants 3. Back of the rim, no good. Diaz. Blake Bradshaw gets the steal behind the back pass. JT was there.
Looked like he planned it.
Kendarius Smith and 1. That's when Katie's at his best. Moving to the basket, showing that control he has of his athleticism, the great body control in the air. Gets the shot to fall, will go to the line, a chance to give the Wampus Cats their first lead, or their second lead of the night. They led 2-0. Kylan Milton checks in. See Scott Ashby on the court also, along with Nate Mall.
Quick hook for Coach Johnson here. Pulls 3 of the starters out.
Yeah, 3.5 minutes in. Some fresh legs. See what they do defensively. In the corner. Rowe thought about it and pulled it down. Finds Diaz, top of the key. Foul on the court. Going to be called on Scott Ashby.
Okay, that time it sounded like he said Joseph Enderlin. I'm pretty sure. So
For number 2?
yeah, because he said his name coming out.
Oh.
I'm almost positive now.
Now, that was a name I was familiar with. Enderlin, I was familiar with his name. We'll find out officially at halftime or sooner. 3-point attempt, no good. Offensive rebound to John Chase. Skip pass back to Chase. Conway's defense doing a good job. Flying out to the basketball. Nate Mall and Kylan Milton there. 4 Rockets beyond the 3-point line. Only Phillips Allison inside. They're a great backdoor cutting team. Have been for years and turned the ball over. Unforced error on the Rockets. Kylan Milton crumbles to the floor, and he's hurt. And a timeout's going to be called while they tend to Kylan Milton. That is not a good look. Brooke Mines hustles out there to check on him. We'll take a break here, 30 seconds, and we'll come back to Conway on Conway Corp Channel 5.
Auto Insurance has been protecting what's important for over 100 years. And while Conway has changed over time, our commitment to be there when you need us most hasn't. We are still your local independent agent for all your insurance needs. And being independent means we have options. More companies, more agents means more options for you. You ought to call us today. That's Auto Insurance in downtown Conway.
The entire time during the timeout, they were continuing to check on Kylan Milton.
He grabbed his left, basically the shin area when he came down. They're trying to get him up now.
Very gingerly. Junior Williams and Kendarius Smith want to help him. Good to see he's able to put some pressure on it. Was able to get confirmation from Catholic High School manager sitting in front of us filming the game, and it is Joseph Enderlin is number 2. So officially Joseph Enderlin hit those 2 3-pointers early on and is now out of the game.
Joseph Enderlin, Duncan Diaz. If similar, not exactly, but
the acoustics aren't always perfect.
It's a big arena, that you're a PA guy, you understand.
I do.
You got to get that voice cutting through.
Well, and I also understand that when it's the visiting team that makes the 3-pointer, I know that I mumble the visiting team's name.
Yeah.
Whenever they hit a 3-pointer.
Joseph Enderlin. Yeah. I like it.
So a mumbled Joseph Enderlin sounds just like Duncan Diaz. 7-6, 1-point lead for Conway.
Good news is Diaz, Enderlin, whoever, he's on the bench now.
Foul will be called. And John Chase will go to the free throw line.
You mentioned before the timeout the style of basketball that Catholic plays. I was really surprised to find out that they have not won a game just because that style, it's kind of like the Cabot methodology, right? The style of play keeps you in games maybe that you shouldn't be in sometimes.
That's right.
And so I'm really shocked that they're 0-12 on the year.
Jalen Fulton is in the game. The substitution here as Jack Mathis, a 6'5 senior center, will get into the game. Ashby and Smith in the backcourt. Junior Williams is checked in. He replaced Kylan Milton when Kylan was injured. So it's a real different look for Coach Johnson right now.
Already seen 9 players in the game here in the first quarter.
The officials are talking it over.
They're going to get together here and clear this up. Well, that's clear as mud.
I have no idea what that was all about. Jalen Fulton whistled for the foul. It's his first.
I guess maybe they were calling him on an illegal screen, or a moving screen.
Tied at 7. That's Ford, guarded by Ashby. Inside to Mathis. He can't control it. Travels, and the ball will go back over to Conway. Tie game.
I kind of like the Catholic style of play.
You do.
Just constant ball movement. Guys always moving, never stopping. I don't know. I just like that kind of, so many offenses today, it's just isolation and really just like a one-on-one game, and it's not near as much fun. Conway plays very similar style as well. They like to move the ball and feed it down low.
Great shot. Katie Smith. Kadarius goes straight up. He gets the shoulders square, and you see him move straight up. He's got such a great-looking shot. 9-7, Wampus Cats on top. Junior Williams knocks it out of bounds. Good to see Junior getting some minutes early on tonight. Always enjoyed watching him play. 92 seconds to go in quarter number 1. Dish out to Ford for 3. Misses everything. Out of bounds. Going to stay on this end.
They've had looks here in the first quarter. Just not dropping.
Chase throws it in. That's Allison. Tipped by Ashby, trying to get the steal. Rolls right back to Chase for Catholic. That's Mathis in the lane. No jump ball here. It's going to be a foul on Nate Mall.
Conway already with 6 fouls here in the first quarter.
And all 5 of the players on the court have 1. Scott Ashby, Kadarius Smith. There goes the band again.
Yeah.
Love what the band's doing. If we can show them. Now they're not going to be shooting. So the band will get back in position to band. Timeout called by Catholic, and we will take it with the teams on the court. Kind of a rugged first quarter here. Raggedy. Minute 11 to play in that first quarter. We'll take 30 seconds and come back on Conway Corp Channel 5. Timeout had to be called by Catholic. They couldn't get the ball in bounds. 9-7.
Stats not having a difference of opinion.
Yeah, he wishes we wouldn't play Catholic anymore.
He says he doesn't like their style of basketball.
Nate Mall, good job defensively. Deflects the first shot. Mathis gets the second one to fall. And we're tied at 9.
Whatever your flavor, it hasn't been a particularly offensive game here
no.
in the first quarter. Conway's offensive struggles continue, still haven't gotten past the double-digit mark.
46 seconds to go in the first quarter. We talk often about that 20-point plateau, especially with the Lady Cats. We're about to be at the 20-point plateau here combined.
Stats, we talked about it in the girls' game about nerding out. Wow.
Mathis tracks it down. Can't get the layup to fall. Conway back the other way.
Have a quarter breakdown for Conway. They've done pretty well in the first quarter, outscoring opponents 64-47. But they have been outscored every quarter after that. Second quarter, 51-47. Third quarter, 66-51. That's the
And this is in the
big one.
conference?
In conference play, yeah, in
Okay.
our conference games. And in the fourth quarter, they've been outscored 67-57. So
Wow.
typically they've been getting off to a good start and then just slowly faltering down the stretch.
Final few seconds. And they will not get a shot off. So not an attractive first quarter of basketball. Our score is tied at 9. 60-second break, and we're back on Conway Corp Channel 5.
With 4 locations in Conway and Greenbrier, some with extended clinic hours, our dedicated team provides therapy services, including physical, speech, and occupational therapy, aquatic therapy, cardiac rehabilitation, sports outreach, and pelvic floor rehabilitation. At Conway Regional, we are committed to providing all of our patients the highest quality of care.
We're tied at 9 as we go to the second quarter. Courtside Cats here again tonight. That's one of my favorite additions to Wampus. I love the banners hanging in the arena, the concourse of the arena. Those are great. But I love the Courtside Cats. I'm pro Courtside Cats. More of that, not less.
I don't think you could be anti-courtside Cats.
No, you couldn't be.
I don't know how that's possible.
Nope.
I'm anti what Conway did offensively in the first quarter, though.
Tell me
say
more.
That. Only shot 3 of 12 from the field, 25%, 0 for 3 from the three-point line.
Wow. And this team can score. You look back at some of the other games, they were in the 70s a lot. So there's just something that's happened.
You called it these last 4 games or 3 games, not being able to get past that 50-point mark.
The game against North Little Rock, they won that game here 74-65. Bradshaw with the block, but also with the foul. They scored 74 points here against North Little Rock. Since then, they haven't been able to get to 50. But you can look at some of their other scores earlier in the season, 72, 73, 81. This team has put some points on the board, 71 against Bentonville in the scrimmage game earlier. So they can score. They just it needs to be consistent.
And, you know, we saw this from this team a year ago as well. They had a few stretches where they were putting up these single-digit quarters, and it was a little rough to watch.
With free throws missed. Starters on the court to begin the second quarter. That's Kendarius Smith to Bradshaw. Blake, soft little left-handed jump shot goes. You talked about the need for him to score more.
Yeah, averaging almost 5 points per game. And I think part of it is you've got 3 players averaging double figures in conference play between Smith, Petroselli, and Taylor. But, you know, the next nearest one is Bradshaw with 4.8. So there's a big drop-off between those 3 and the rest of the team, and then your bench scoring as well.
Nice steal, but then the ball bounced off of a Wampus Cat foot, and it'll go right back to the Rockets. 11-9 is the score. We are just underway in the second quarter. Now, these low-scoring games are nothing unusual for North Little Rock, or excuse me, for Little Rock Catholic. They will very much take the air out of it. Three-pointer no good, and so you end up sometimes playing to them.
Yeah.
So we've seen a lot of games with them in the 40s, but there's just been too many other games in the 40s for the Wampus Cats.
And to go opposite of with the Lady Cats and our volume principle where they're just getting so many shots up, the opposite has been true for the guys, and that makes every possession so crucial.
That's right. Three-pointer by John Chase. And the lead back to the Rockets until this dunk from Gentrell Taylor. It's a gentle dunk.
Yeah, he's always so gentle. I want to see him kind of hang on the rim a little bit. Come on. I mean, you can get a nice second in before you get in trouble.
13-12. Wampus Cats up. Enderlin misses the three-pointer. JT tips it to Blake Bradshaw. Trying to get some sort of rhythm going offensively. Bradshaw into Gentrell Taylor on the block. The left hand, he gets it to go.
Maybe he just likes the start of the quarters. He had the first 4 points for Conway at the start of the first quarter, quickly with 4 points here at the start of the second.
It's a good look inside from Hayden Ford to Jack Mathis. 15-14. There's Petrucelli. Good crossover, strong to the glass. Can't get it to go. And we'll go to the free throw line.
Talking about, getting scoring from the other players. Milton coming back onto the court now. Of course, injured in the first quarter. He's been off the bench since then. And he just walked in. Looks like he's making his way up higher.
Yeah, he's moving, but slowly. Petrucelli hits the free throw.
Getting a little closer to Coach Johnson,
Brandon Stone and Stuart Lowe in the game. And the volume is coming from the number of players getting on the court. Junior Williams in the game.
Another made free throw from Petrucelli there. And Conway has shot 73% from the free throw line in conference play. 73 of 100 shots prior to this game. I feel like that's a pretty good team average.
Yeah, that's great shooting. And a team that's seeing a lot of players get some playing time tonight. 12 Wampus Cats.
35 of those came in one game against North Little Rock.
Good, very good point. Man, that was a wild night. A long night. Funk for three. It's good. Braxton Funk ties the game at 17. Funk whistled for the foul. That is their 5th team foul. We're tied at 17, halfway through the second quarter. Out to Stone, to Lowe. Entry pass to Blake Bradshaw. Blake loses it. Funk out in front. Loses control of it, tries to save it, cannot. It is going to be Conway basketball.
Stone's another player we haven't got to talk much about so far this conference season. Good to see him out on the floor getting some minutes.
And good to see Zero running back on the court there, Kylan Milton. Took a pretty nasty fall earlier. That's Kylan with the ball. We're in number 0 to Junior Williams to Brandon Stone. Stuart Lowe. He took extra steps, traveling. Send the ball back to the Rockets. Yeah, the Rockets winless this year. Very unusual. Had a tough season. 0-12. 0-4 in conference play. Knocked away by Junior Williams. That's Stuart Lowe. Lowe finds a crease. Can't get it to go. JT's there to clean it up. Gentrell Taylor now in double figures. He's got 10.
And we've talked about how anemic this offense has been. I think you're seeing Coach Johnson tonight try and find something to get a spark going and getting different combinations on the court.
Enderlin misses the three-pointer, and a nice play by Josh Dawson, who throws it off of the Wampus Cat. It goes out of bounds off of Conway, and so the Rockets will keep it. Kadarius Smith will come back in. Katie averaging just under 12 points a game on the season. Talked about the three guys averaging double figures in conference play.
Yeah, he's a little bit higher in conference play at 15.5 points.
Goes up and gets that rebound. He's the only Wampus cat in double figures for the season. Good ball movement. Ball still bouncing around, but Catholic comes away with it. Phillips Allison. Enderlin started off hot when we didn't know his name. And now that we know his name, he's struggling. Good ball movement. How about that pass from Junior Williams down to K.D. Smith, and he gets the layup. It's 21-17.
The way this game is played out, even these small leads can start to feel big.
Nate Mall will check in for Gentrell Taylor. And Conway gets the ball back following the travel. Cats are on the road Friday at Bryant. We'll have that game for you. Junior Williams for three. Good look at it for Junior. It just won't go.
You just kind of feel like if Williams could get one to drop, then they might a few more might
Yeah.
start dropping. Seems like we've seen that play more than once tonight, or not tonight, but this season, where it just kind of rolls in and out.
That's great hustle by Stuart Lowe. Had to track it down about 3 times. That'll be the 6th team foul, so no free throws coming up here with a minute 26 to play. I'm going to remind you that the Wampus Cats and the Lady Cats will be home every Friday night in February. So if you haven't had a chance to make it out to these 3 home games in January that have been on Tuesday nights, in February it's all Friday nights. So come out and watch these teams play here. We've got some great games coming up in the month of February at Buzz Bowling Arena. Junior Williams, between the leg dribble to Stuart Lowe. Nate Mall asking for it inside. He'll pop out and give a screen. KD, great move to the basket, the spin, the body control, lays it over the rim. Wampus Cats up 6.
Yeah, no one for the Wampus Cats can do that quite like he can.
No. He reminds me of Preston Purefoy in that regard. Just how his body control, the way he moves, even kind of the way he looks on the court. And that's a high compliment because Preston was one of the best we've had around here.
You rarely see him get called for a charge because he just always finds a way to kind of adjust his body to avoid that contact.
Well, and so often, because he is so athletic, has the ability to go straight up. Most people, their momentum, they can't stop it. They'll run into somebody even as they're in the air. But all right, the band has moved back into place to try to effect change of this free throw attempt. It worked again. It's some sort of voodoo magic thing. Good job,
It's the
courtside
tubas.
Cats. Those tubas are very distracting.
Yeah, they're huge. Like, do I aim for the basket or the tubas?
There's so many. Final half minute of the first half. 23-17. Jalen Fulton wants 3. Got it. Jalen Fulton, who has been nice off the bench the last couple of games, gives the Wampus Cats their biggest lead of the night, up by 9. Three-pointer by Funk. It's no good. The follow by Chase is good. And we will go to halftime with our score, Conway 26 and Catholic 19. Time now for the Conway Regional Health System halftime show. Then we'll have the stats in the third quarter coming up on Conway Corp Channel 5.
Hi, I'm Dr. Greg Kendrick with Conway Regional Health System. Conway Regional has been an important part of this community since 1938, providing excellent care with skill and compassion. But we're not just a hospital. Let me tell you about some of our fantastic facilities and services. Located off of College Avenue, just a few blocks down from the medical center, Conway Regional After Hours Clinic is equipped to handle a wide variety of problems for patients of all ages. If you need urgent care and it's after work or on the weekend, the Conway Regional After Hours Clinic is open 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Conway Regional After Hours Clinic, your best option for after-hours care. Located on Robinson Avenue next to Laurel Park, the Conway Regional Rehabilitation Hospital is one of only 4 licensed inpatient rehab hospitals in the entire state. Patients are cared for by specially trained staff under the direction of an on-site physician who specializes in rehabilitation medicine. Conway Regional Rehab Hospital, your choice for comprehensive care to bring you one step closer to home.
Fitness is about so much more than exercise. It's a catalyst for positive change, and it affects every aspect of your life. Conway Regional Health and Fitness Center is your source for comprehensive, medical-based health and fitness programs. Dedicated to improving the wellness of those within our community, we offer something for everyone in the family. Conway Regional Health and Fitness Center, over 20 years of health and wellness in our community.
With 4 locations in Conway and Greenbrier, some with extended clinic hours, our dedicated team provides therapy services including physical, speech, and occupational therapy, aquatic therapy, cardiac rehabilitation, sports outreach, and pelvic floor rehabilitation. At Conway Regional, we are committed to providing all of our patients the highest quality of care.
Good job by the Wampus Cat. The actual Wampus Cat is what I'm talking about. I don't know who's, well, it's the Wampus Cat. There's not somebody in it, it's a Wampus Cat.
You've been admiring their dance moves tonight.
It's been nice. It's been lit. So the kids like.
Is that what they say?
That's what I've got a soon-to-be 13-year-old, almost a teenager, and then my daughter's 10 and Beckett's 8. So they all tell me the words I need to know.
It's worrisome because my thought of what lit means is a little different.
No, it's lit. Their dancing's lit.
You know.
No.
Okay.
That is not what it means. Okay. Nobody saw what you did.
Yeah.
It's halftime. 26-19 is our score. What numbers did Stats put together there for you?
Well, it's much like the girls' game, the guys' game. It's not been a great shooting night for them. They're only shooting 43% from the field, 10 of 23. Only made 1 3-point basket in the first half. They were 1 of 6. But free throw line has been kind, 5 of 5. So, and we talked about this in the pregame. They got to find ways, and they're doing it right here. Got to find ways to get to that free throw line because as a team, they've been shooting well in conference, 73% coming into tonight's game. But at Central, there was a big disparity between how many free throw attempts Conway had and how many that Central had. And I think that ultimately probably was the difference in the game for the boys. And I think we need to see Conway be more aggressive. And Gentrell and Katie Smith have been pretty aggressive tonight, leading the way scoring in the first half. Taylor had 10 points and 6 boards, and Smith close behind with 9 points and 3 rebounds. But after that, it's been pretty quiet on this Conway offense.
Well, the first free throw goes for KD, so he joins JT with 10 points. And the Rockets, with their first time in the offensive end in the third quarter. Mathis. Shot is knocked loose from Ford. Petroselli is there. Milton dribbles in. The ball's knocked loose, and the Rockets will come back across the timeline. That's Funk off the bench. Played well in the first half. He is not 6'6". Gentrell Taylor is, and is guarding him. That is a market advantage for the Wampus Cats.
Yeah, the Cats have been playing a lot of man-to-man tonight, I guess, going up against this, cut and drive.
Right.
Just a lot of passes and kind of backdoor cuts. And so, yeah, you see more opportunities to get on a switch to get a little bit of a confusion and a mismatch like we saw with Taylor there.
Chase will throw it in. Blake Bradshaw knocked it out of bounds before Mathis could grab it.
It's a lucky whistle there for Blake.
Very.
I'm not sure. That was close to not being out of bounds.
Allison dribbles in, goes to the left hand. Nice move to the basket. 27-21. Petroselli loses it out of bounds, and it's going to be a turnover. Those unforced errors send Scott Ashby in, also Jalen Fulton.
I was about to compliment Conway on speeding the tempo up a little bit, just because you talked about it earlier about sometimes when you play Catholic, you kind of play down to their speed.
Yeah.
And you'd like to see Conway try and get out of that. They did a good job of that at the end of the second quarter, but just kind of a needless turnover there.
Chase dribbles through everything. There's Funk. Takes on 2 Wampus Cats and got the shot up and in. It's 27-23. Fulton to Bradshaw. Blake, right-hand dribble, hands off to Ashby. Taylor kicking it out. Fulton for 3. Got it. Boy, I love Jalen Fulton's shot. He is not getting a lot of minutes, but when he is on, he has had that type of a range in both games we've seen him in.
Yeah, we talked about Taylor and Smith leading the way in the first half. He was third on the list with that 1 3-pointer that he had in the first half. And
look at KD. The reverse. And a technical foul called on Kendarius Smith. That's rough.
It's a thin line. I mean, we were joking about it in the first
right,
half.
with JT's.
With JT,
yeah.
Hey, hang on that a little bit, just give it a little oomph. But I guess KD just a fraction of a second too long
I
there.
suppose so. Funk will shoot the free throw for the technical foul. There'll be a couple of them.
And I kind of understand the rule, right? Like it's an intimidation thing. But, I mean, there's no intent there. But I guess these refs are
second one's good, so
going
it's 32-24. I guess so, and that's, is it because he hung? Is it because he was a reverse? Whatever it was. Coach Johnson talking to him, so we'll trust the authority there. Regardless, it's 2. So the 2 points of the dunk are erased, basically. 2 free throws are made, and the Rockets have the ball.
I think it was just a little bit of the little pump that he did that probably was too much for the ref to take.
Yeah. Ashby for 3. Side of the rim, no good. Junior Williams will track it down. Fulton, that's his range. Too strong. Great job by JT. Goes straight up, can't get the shot to fall. Boy, he never gave up on that.
I'm so glad that he transferred from North Little Rock to come to Conway.
Fun to watch both sports. Chase out to Mathis. Double dribble, turnover. Give the ball back to Conway. Nate Mall in the game. So you've got Nate Mall and Travis O'Bannon down low. Jalen Fulton, Junior Williams, and Scott Ashby out on the perimeter. Coach Nance tweeting that 10 Lady Cats scored in the girls' game. There have been at least 12 Wampus Cats that have been in the game. Seeing depth on both of these teams tonight. Good ball movement from this group.
Fulton thought about it.
Great look into Nate Mall. Boy, Travis O'Bannon, he's a big guy that's got some great moves on the court. Handles the ball well, made a good pass, and it's a 9-point lead for the Wampus Cats. Allison inside to Mathis. Nate Mall, what could have he done? Really nothing. They'll get the basket and the foul. You see Big Joe Klein up off the bench coaching.
That would be a little intimidating.
I did public address announcing for UALR when he was an assistant coach. And first of all, he's got the biggest hands I've ever shook hands. I mean, it's like shaking hands with a catcher's mitt. But it's this voice that he has, and it just echoed through the Jack Stevens Center. You could tell he's at least vocally is a little more reserved with these high school kids.
Well, yeah, could you imagine that voice and
Oh,
that size coming at you?
I mean, it'd be like the cartoons where all your hair blows back and your skin's kind of blowing back.
Even if he was saying you're doing a good job,
Yeah.
it would be like, no. Yeah.
Just intimidating. Great guy, though. Joe Klein is one of the best guys around. Glad to see him still in Central Arkansas and helping out with the Catholic Rocket program.
Talked about how many players we've seen on the floor tonight, and a little bit different scenario for the guys and the girls, as the guys are trying to find some combination that clicks and leads to some more offensive output. Only 9 points in the first quarter. Second quarter had a pretty good quarter, 17 points in the second quarter, and they're at 8 points so far, 5 minutes in here in the third.
3 minutes to play. Pass that goes out of bounds. Conway will get it back. Just under 3 minutes to play in quarter number 3. 34-28. Junior Williams, Travis O'Bannon to Scott Ashby.
They got out to that 7-point lead, going into halftime.
Yeah.
And it's really felt kind of in a game like this where the pace has been so slow and the shots have been, the shooting hasn't been that great. That 7-point lead, now a 6-point lead, it feels a lot bigger than just 6 points.
34-28. Junior Williams has to come out with those personal fouls. Just picked up his second away from the ball there. Kylan Milton back in the game. Yeah, you're right. It doesn't seem like either team's going to go on much of a run offensively. Milton, great hustle. Finds Nate Mall, and he'll go to the free throw line. Nathan Mall, the 6'5 senior.
Mall with 2 points tonight. And really has been more of an impact than just those 2, now 3 points.
Right.
He's had some good passes and set some good screens.
Petrucelli and Kadarius Smith come back in.
I wondered how long Katie Smith would have to atone.
It turned out to be a couple of minutes. Too strong?
It's hard because Coach Johnson knows there's no ill will or bad intent with that. But he's gotta punish him for getting the tee. It's just part of it.
Enderlin dishes to Allison, who waits, and it is blocked by KD. Kadarius picking up the pace. Milton, Petrucelli thought about the three-pointer, instead drives to the basket. Misses the layup. It is 35-28. Allison to Chase. Minute and a half to play in the third quarter. Knocked away. KD across the timeline. He'll take it all the way in. Went for the layup. Finger roll wouldn't fall. Now you're able to hear Joe Klein.
Yeah.
A little more animated vocally that time.
Sure did. He wanted the charge against KD, and we talked about it in the first half. Just rarely gets that called against him because, like you said, a lot of times he's so athletic that he can stop that momentum and pull back a little. It was a little close there, though, I'll be honest.
And that was a layup from about 12 feet out when he left the lane. 36-28. He's got 13 points, does Kadarius. Averaging 15 a game in conference play. Within one of that now. 37-28. It has been a struggle, but the Wampus Cats are within a stop and a bucket of having a double-digit lead. $37-28. Allison Over to Rowe. That's Dawson, Josh Dawson. We're trying some of that motion offense that we're so used to seeing. Everybody moving without the basketball is as important as what you do with it. Petroselli goes for the steal, can't get it.
You know, you used to do those drills in school where you can't dribble. You just
Yeah.
got to keep passing. It's kind of like that a little bit.
That's Ford. Allison loses it, but the Rockets somehow keep it. To the left hand, and the layup goes for John Chase. And a quick timeout called by Catholic. So we will take it with the teams on the court. It's 37-30 as we approach the end of the third quarter. 30-second break on Conway Corp Channel 5.
Since 1902, Odd Insurance has been protecting what's important to you, featuring Auto Owners Insurance. Auto Owners is ranked among the Fortune 500 14 years in a row.
We were victims of the tornadoes of both 2011 and 2014. Our Odd Insurance agents worked really hard to make sure we were fully compensated for our losses.
You ought to call us today. That's Odd Insurance in downtown Conway.
(37-30), a 7-point lead for the Wampus Cats.
And, you know, say what we will about their output per quarter, and we talked about that a little bit in the first half where they do really well in the first quarter, and then in the second, third, and fourth, they've been outscored by their opponents in those three quarters. Just kind of gradually, it kind of accelerates from the second into the fourth. And but tonight, despite all that, they tied after one, have a good second quarter, outscores 17-9, and so far here in the third quarter, it's all tied up again with 11 points each. So they're doing a little bit better job than they have been over the course of the conference season so far.
Final 10 seconds of the third quarter. Petroselli. There'll be a block, and he'll go to the sideline is where they'll go. Just the fifth team foul. Enderlin whistled for the foul. Gentry Taylor will throw it in. Tried to. Clock will start when he touches it. Down to 4. Down to 3. Carson for 3. Had a good look at it. And we will go to the fourth quarter with the Wampus Cats up 7. Same advantage that they had after the second quarter. 37-30. 60-second break between quarters, and we're back on Conway Corp Channel 5.
When someone you love is in the hospital, you want to feel helpful. So you do what you can to make them feel better. And you want to ensure they have the best care possible. That's why you trust Conway Regional. We've invested $100 million in new facilities, services, and technologies to become the most complete and comprehensive healthcare system in our area. It's why we're consistently named the region's most preferred hospital. Conway Regional, our quality, your trust.
Steve's Auto Center is Central Arkansas's most reliable auto repair and recovery company. Our state-of-the-art facility in Conway is your one-stop shop for everything automotive. With over 80 years combined experience, our certified technicians are known for expert workmanship and attention to every detail. We also provide the area's very best towing and recovery services. We take great pride in our work, and your satisfaction is 100% guaranteed.
Come to Steve's Auto Center for all your automotive needs.
So a couple of things we're going to be watching for here as the fourth quarter begins. Can the Wampus Cats maintain this lead? Obviously, they're up 7. They want to get the win and improve their conference mark to 2-3. You got to finish in the top 6 to make the state tournament. You got to beat Catholic to do that. I mean, Catholic is having a down year, so this is a team you got to win. So can you hold on to that? Okay, another thing, can the Wampus Cats score 13 points? Can they score 13 points in this fourth quarter to break that 50 threshold? That's just something that even mentally, they've got to be able to see that they can get past that point. You're just not going to win a lot of games if you can't score more than 50.
No, and you might be in real trouble of finishing in that top 6 if you don't start doing that.
That is correct. got to find some offense. Gentrell Taylor gathers up the rebound. The most important thing is get this win. That's what you need, but just something, a little side note for us to pay attention to. Low to Kadarius Smith. Gentrell Taylor has it knocked loose, and the Rockets in transition. Layup is no good, but free throws upcoming for Phillips Allison.
An auspicious start to this quarter
Yeah.
for Conway. But, you know, if you look at the situation here in the fourth quarter, both teams with 5 fouls. So that's a good situation for Conway. They've got the 7-point lead. You know, you just don't see Catholic being able to go on a run to overcome 7 points.
Right.
And they'd have to go on a really hot streak.
Well, it's similar to, and you meant it's a great analogy with Cabot and their football team, is that if you just can't get the ball back enough, if they run their offense the way that they run their offense, to score enough that you need it. Well, if Conway is smart on the offensive end, Catholic just won't get enough possessions to come back from this game. Now, if you take quick shots and you miss them, and you give them a chance to shoot a 3 and make it, you got a 2-possession game with 6.5 minutes to still play. Conway's got to continue to play smart. Kadarius Smith to Jalen Fulton. Stuart Lowe. Lowe between the circles, left side. JT wants it. They give it to him. Back to Travis O'Bannon. Travis finds JT again. In the lane. Sweet shot won't go. Down by 4. Catholic has the basketball.
We mentioned it at the outset. You know, somebody needs to be aggressive and take over the game, particularly here in the fourth quarter. And it just seems like lately nobody wants the ball in the fourth quarter.
5 straight points, and the Catholic fans that are in front of us, they have come to life, and all the momentum's wearing purple right now. 5:59 to play. We take 30 seconds, and we come back on Conway Corp Channel 5.
Located on Robinson Avenue next to Laurel Park, the Conway Regional Rehabilitation Hospital is one of only 4 licensed inpatient rehab hospitals in the entire state. Patients are cared for by specially trained staff under the direction of an on-site physician who specializes in rehabilitation medicine. Conway Regional Rehab Hospital, your choice for comprehensive care to bring you one step closer to home.
So it's 37-35. 2-point lead for the Wampus Cats. And Coach Johnson not happy talking to the 5 he's got on the court right now.
Yeah, Catholic going on a 5-0 run to start this quarter. I may have spoken a little too soon about the 7-point lead.
But there's been nothing that we've seen to this point tonight that makes us think that wouldn't be the case. But they hit the 3 that hit a 15-footer there from the elbow, and it's a 2-point game. And again, as I mentioned going to the break, they've got all the momentum right now. Their fans are making a lot of noise in front of us, and they feel like they can get their first win. This is a team that hasn't won a game yet. They haven't gotten on the bus yet.
And they would love to get their first win against Conway.
Yes. And Conway does not want to drop to 1-4 in conference play. This is a huge 5 minutes and 45 seconds for this Wampus Cat team. Bradshaw gets it back from JT. Can't get it to go. The follow by Kylan Milton is no good. They'll have 2 free throws upcoming.
Pretty good possession there from Conway. They get
some aggressiveness.
3 chances there. Got the bigs in, getting some rebounds, and now we'll see if the sophomore can extend this lead with the free throws.
First one is good. 3-point lead. It'll be a lane violation. He stepped over the line, so the ball goes through, but it won't count. So the lead remains just 1 possession. 3 points right now.
And even going back to Cabot, they had the lead late in the game against Cabot, faltered in the fourth quarter, and it was just a lot of silly mistakes we saw in that game, kind of like what we just saw there with that free throw violation.
Chase to Mathis. He hit the bucket a minute ago. Back to Chase. What do these Wampus Cats have defensively now? Good ball handling. Allison on the baseline, cuts it to one. 38-37 with 5 minutes to play. Whistle and a foul. K.D. Smith was making his way to the lane, and it's the 7th foul, so it should be 1-1. There's one of the 3 officials that spots that. So we will shoot 1-1.
Gonna check the book.
The scoreboard had 6, so that would have been the 7th if the scoreboard is correct. And it is, so we'll have 1-1.
It's funny, as broadcasters, we start to rely on this amazing scoreboard that we
Yeah.
have here. I mentioned earlier, I was at a 1A basketball game last night, and I mean, you don't know what's going on. Like,
Yep.
you have no idea who has how many fouls or what the bonus situation is. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah. 16 points now for Kendarius Smith, and the lead is 3, 40-37. JT knocks it out of bounds. The Rockets will keep it.
For some big free throws from Smith.
Yeah, those were needed. Those either one or both missed, and they've got a chance to tie. Well, they've still got a chance to tie, but a much better chance to tie or take the lead. That's Ford. Guarded by Milton. The Rockets will be patient. That is, well, they were, but that was not a good pass from Josh Dawson. They're going to say it was tipped. It was not tipped. Going to be Conway basketball. So we're at the halfway mark of the fourth quarter, and it's a 3-point lead. Chance for the Wampus Cats to extend it to 2 possessions here.
JT working hard in the middle.
Kendarius on the dribble, top of the key. Milton drives, pulls it out. And a timeout called by Coach Johnson. We'll take it with the teams on the court. 3:39 to play in the game, 30 seconds, and we're back on Conway Corp Channel 5. Three-point game. Good. Look at the courtside Cats and students that have shown up. Good to see 3 or 4 rows of them, including a number of the Lady Cats who are standing up there and helping out as well. Been a good one. 40-37. Cats led 37-30 after 3 quarters, but the Rockets went on a little run, enough to make things real interesting here at the end.
I think one of the problems Conway's had in fourth quarters is they stop running plays.
Jalen Fulton takes a long 3-pointer, loose ball. Taylor tries to come up with it. It's still loose. KD's got it. He'll find Scott Ashby. And the Wampus Cats, they caught a break there. That was not a good look. Jalen Fulton's hit a couple of those, but I don't know if that's the shot that you want at that point. Now, if it goes, of course you want it, but it didn't. Bradshaw. Out to Taylor. Fulton to Ashby. Back to Fulton. Jalen to Blake Bradshaw. To Ashby. No hurry at all.
This is where they try and get in some of those isolation situations with Katie Smith.
They're going to say that's a charge. Bradshaw drove the baseline, went to the reverse, got the shot to fall, but instead it's going to be a charge, his third.
And to my point is,
check that second.
They just their offense changes in the fourth quarter, and they stop being the offense that we've seen in the first three quarters.
And those changes, if they don't turn it around here, could lead to a loss. Jump ball or timeout? Jump ball. Going to belong to Conway. Two timeouts remaining for Catholic, 3 for the Wampus Cats.
There.
Coaching them up, aren't they?
Really trying to clean the floor out
that
there.
too, yes. Yeah. So Kendarius Smith will throw the ball in from out of bounds. 2:27 to play. 40-37. Entry pass to Gentrell Taylor. Can't get it to go, but he'll go to the free throw line. It's a good look from Blake Bradshaw. So Taylor with 10 points will go to the line here.
Yeah, Gentrell was leading the way at halftime with 10 points, so hasn't scored at all here in the second half. Big free throws right here.
The senior misses the first. Carson Petruselli and Kylan Milton into the game. So the primary starters on the court. Now, Travis O'Bannon started tonight in favor of over Kylan Milton, but Kylan has started a lot this year along with these other 4. Big free throw makes it a 4-point game. Approaching the 2-minute mark. Blake Bradshaw got his hands on it, couldn't get the steal. So the Rockets have it. 2:05, 2:04 to go. That's Chase. Katie picks him up defensively, hounding him. Mathis beyond the three-point line.
And Conway has to be careful here too because they don't have any fouls to give. One more foul will put Catholic in the bonus.
Enderlin to Ford. Good defense. Can they do it for another minute and a half? Petruselli knocks it loose. Great hands by Carson. Gentrell Taylor grabs it. And the Wampus Cats, with 90 seconds to go, lead by 4.
Big defensive stand for Conway. Let's see how much time they can run off here and hopefully get a good look at a shot.
Blake Bradshaw in the lane. Got it. Great look from Bradshaw. The 6'7 junior had an open look in the paint and hit it. So the lead is 6, 43-37. 2 timeouts remaining for the Rockets. They choose to not use one here. 1 minute to play. Cats up 6. Ford misses the shot. Tries to draw the foul on Kendarius Smith. No foul is called. And the Wampus Cats take their time. 45 seconds to go. Milton trying to foul him. Now the foul will be called. or they get a timeout. They got the timeout. All right, 39 seconds to play. Cats up 6. We'll take 30 seconds and come back on Conway Corp Channel 5.
Wood fences are not created equal. Most homeowners are not aware that the quality of wood and the installation may vary greatly from one fencing company to the next. Most wood fences look great even after several weeks, but using a thicker picket secured with ring shank nails is our standard. There's not an upgrade charge like most other fencing companies. Call us at Legacy Fencing for your fencing estimate today.
We're laughing coming back from the break because of the version of the song that the band's playing.
They're taking their time in this timeout.
Go, Cats, go.
Oh, man.
Picking it up a little bit.
I guess they're just trying to reflect the pace of
of
play
the game
that we've seen tonight.
Yes. Which we started off talking to the quarter about 2 things to watch for.
Yeah.
One of those things got real interesting real fast, which was, can the Wampus Cats hold on to win? Up 6 now. They were up 7 at the quarter break. But also, can they get to 50? Unless they get a bunch of free throws here, and they might. Chances are they're not going to get there, but this is a tough team to get to 50 against anyway. So give them a little bit of grace here, but you look at that score sheet, and it'll be 49, 47, 49, and then whatever they get tonight, last 4 games. Travis O'Bannon will throw it in, gets it to Carson Petrucelli. Carson has the dribble, right side to Scott Ashby. Ashby to KD. Double team and a foul. That'll be Kendarius going to the free throw line, looking to add to his 16-point night. John Chase whistled for the foul.
I don't really know what Catholic was waiting for here.
Yeah, odd use of the clock there. Jack Mathis will come in. Yeah, if especially coming out of a break, if you know you're going to foul, start fouling. That's all you do is hurt yourself with more opportunities to have some time on the clock. Katie's first one is good. He's got 17 points. And the lead is back to 7. That's what it was at the end of the second quarter, the end of the third quarter. And now with just under 30 seconds to go, it's 8.
18 points for Smith, and it's been a slow march to 18.
Very. Hayden Ford gets the basket, and a quick timeout called by Todd Ezai. 45-39, it's a 6-point game, 30 seconds, and we're back on Conway Corp Channel 5. (45-39). Reset everything here for you. 1 timeout remaining for the Catholic High School Rockets, and Wampus Cats have 2. The next foul will send Conway, next Catholic foul will send Conway to the line for 2 free throws. If Conway were to commit a foul, Catholic would start shooting 1-1.
Yeah, Katie Smith with 18 points tonight. You know Conway's going to look to get him the ball. He's been just lights out from the free throw line. They're going to look to the senior to help close things out with just 15 seconds left.
Travis O'Bannon will throw it in underneath the basket. He finds Kendarius Smith, just like you had said they would. KD will go to the line, a chance to get to 20. And that's the 5th personal foul on John Chase. And Kendarius Smith averaging almost 12 points a game on the season, 15 points a game in conference play, and both of those numbers will go up after tonight.
Yeah, we saw that pattern last year as well, where he, was in double figures on the season as a whole, but really
Yeah.
kind of upped it a level when they got to into the conference play.
Phillips Allison will check in. Or will Jack Mathis? They'll both go in, and Braxton Funk will come out. So KD, a chance to extend the lead. Feels like things have grinded to a halt here.
Last 12 seconds.
19 points for the senior, KD Smith. Got them both. So a 20-point night for Kendarius Smith in the final 10 seconds of the game. That's Sammy Johnson, who we see on the court for the first time. We saw him on the field a lot. He made his way down the court rather quickly.
It's their speed guy.
Yeah. Gets it in the final 10 seconds, hits the layup. We'll keep it here.
Looks like he saw a hole and he was looking for the end zone.
Right.
There. It makes me uncomfortable to talk about Sammy Johnson because I know we're going to see more of him the next 2 years, and he's a speedster.
Yeah, he's a spectacular football player, and obviously you saw his speed there too. Just a sophomore. 2 more years on the field and on the court. 47-41, your Wampus Cats looking for their 10th win on the year and their second in conference play. Looking to stay on track to finish in the top 6 of the conference so they can make their way to Van Buren and play in the state tournament.
KD Smith finished the first half with 9 points, so he had 9 of the 26 points. There have been 21 points scored here in the second half for Conway, and he's had 11 of the 21 in the second half. So, I mean, it's really been the KD Smith show here at the close for Conway.
Carson Petroselli catches the ball, and Sammy Johnson fouls him. So 5 seconds to go, and Carson will go to the line here. Quiet night for Carson. He had a big night against Central on Friday night at 15. Just 2 points tonight.
I saw he led the way for Conway.
Yep. Hits the free throw.
We might get to that 50 mark after
We might.
all.
These free throws have helped, and hitting the free throws definitely helped. 49. 5 seconds to go. Sammy Johnson will dribble in and get another layup, and that's going to do it. Conway gets the win, and they don't get to 50, so we know both of the storylines we were looking for at the end. Good win, though. It's a tough team to beat. 10-8. Our overall record, 2-3 in conference play. Anything stand out to you numbers-wise?
Player of the game tonight, Kendarius Smith.
Yep.
20 points, 11 in the second half. Those big free throws down the stretch when it really mattered. He led the way for this Conway team to kind of get them back on a winning foot here. I mean, This is a big win, especially when you look at the way the conference shapes up. They had to win this game.
And a tough Bryant team Friday night on the road, and then they'll play Southside. Southside, a team that they should be able to hang with, so we'll see what happens. But going on the road to play Bryant, that'll be next for the Wampus Cats, and we will be there with Wampus Cats to go. Thank you so much for watching tonight. For Stat Scott Taylor and for Levi Gilbert, our entire Channel 5 crew, I'm Jeff Matthews. We'll see you next time with more Conway basketball on Conway Corp Channel 5.